Welcome back to season 14. That's right, we're in a new season. We are Manager Mode season 14 preview. We're not going to actually get into the managers today, but I am going to show you the official squad for this season. And I've got to say, we've made some improvements. We've definitely made some improvements. Our overall is technically the same, but it's just on the edge. But here we go. We're going to go with the new. This is the team I'm using to get relegated. But here we go, the brand new Manager Mode team. And I've got to say, this team has got some firepower potential here. So the first thing we notice is obviously, I said we're going back to a 4-1-2-1 era. And here it is a lot. Some of these players were here when we did it. Many of them I don't think they were there. I'm trying to think. I think we abandoned it after Zidane left. So, yeah, season 9. I'm looking at it. Eusebio was here. Technically, Mbappe was here, but that's about it. Yeah. So, I don't see Bruno. Yeah. So that's insane to me, honestly. The fact that actually season 10 we did it, but I don't. Yeah. So well. Fernandez was here for a little bit, but yeah, as you guys can see, a lot of changes have been made since. So here you go, the official lineup, and obviously we've got some. Our back four pretty much, I think it's same back four, unchanged. Obviously, Ingo Kobel, who we're probably actually gonna replace him. I don't know if we'll replace him during the season, but we're gonna get the probably better version of him, the UCO one. I think that would be better. It's cheaper too, just when it goes down a little bit in the market. But as you can see, same back four, Puyol, Blank, Van Dijk, and Mojica. I think they did a pretty solid job toward the back end of the season, so I cannot be mad. The first change comes in the midfield. Obviously, midfield four. So we add 2 midfielders. We take away our wingers. And so who do we have in control at the 6th position? Only the best 6 in the game. Rodri, 6'3", 181 pounds, 116 pace, 140 passing. We did the passing one with him, so I wanted him to be a playmaker. Even though he is a 6, his defending's still pretty cool. Just so high. 135 defending, 131 defending, 126 physical, 94 shooting. But to be honest, doesn't need to shoot when he has these. The front 3 is going to be insane, but we'll get to it later. With him, you have Ruiz and Bruno Fernandes, who now are going to be able to a little bit have that more freedom. Last season didn't really have that freedom, kind of were forced to control things. And this thing's Ruiz and Bruno Fernandes, you already know who they are. They've been so dominant in these past 2 seasons, so I can't imagine anything else is going to change. But the attack, I call this the attacking 3. I know technically he's a midfielder, but I call it the attacking 3 is what I always call it, because these are where our goals are going to come from. If you don't believe me, go check out the seasons where we played in this lineup, and you will see why I call this the attacking 3, because pretty much when you get down to it, these 3 are going to be where your goals are going to come from. I'd say about 85% of the goals are going to come from these 3. And to start us off, technically a midfielder, the best, number 10 in the game, Zico. He's short, he's not, he is short, he's not necessarily physical, but the first thing we notice, 5-star. 5-star weak foot, pretty insane. This card is insane. Not the fastest, technically not the strongest, but you look at that passing, that dribbling makes up for it. And I can tell you what, in game with head-to-head, this card is a beast. He's going to be such a threat. And then, obviously, our 2 strikers, Kylian Mbappe and Eusebio, ready to pick up the work that they had last season, which means, unfortunately, no Martinez. Now, that was a very tough choice, because Martinez has scored. Let me check. I think he's the 3rd highest goal scorer for the club. I want to say, yeah, he is. assuming everything's updated. I think it is, yeah. Yeah, he's actually the second highest goal scorer. I keep forgetting. Mbappe's third, but I'm sure this season will probably overtake him. Considering how many matches we're going to play. And yeah, as you guys can see, I mean, that was a tough choice. But in the end, I think we made the right choice. I just think Kylian Mbappe at the striker position is going to be a little bit better. He offers just a little bit more than a guy like Eusebio does. I know he doesn't have the striking ability that he has, but I mean, that 155 pace, the 149 dribbling really going to help us out. Passing, we don't need as much now that he's no longer a winger, so I think, I mean, this card is going to make especially good coming down the back end. But that is the lineup here, and as you guys can see, for the most part, very familiar team. 2 changes to it, but I mean, I think going through the roles, obviously our captain, who also does take penalties, Eusebio. I mean, this is his 5th? Yeah, actually 6th year. 6th season in a row that he's going to be the captain. Ever since he's came into the squad, he's just been such a unreal player. And yeah, I mean, what would we do without him? But Bruno on free kicks. Is anybody better than him? Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, free kick. I think Zico might be a little bit better. So Bruno finally on free kicks. But I mean, Zico has been that type of player. Yeah, we can do that. And then, yeah, crossing, I think our left back, Mojica, he's such a good crosser. Especially for head-to-head, he's unreal. Crossing by the other. This is what could have been, depending on how things go. This might be our new lineup, just depends. But there's 2 variations of this. I think this one's going to be a little bit better, but we will see. There's a lot of things to figure out with this squad, but I like the way that squad looks. So, that's the squad. In case you're wondering, I think some of you guys did see, we are back to Amateur 3. Like I said, we always want to start from the bottom and then climb our way up. Our ranking, as you guys can see, let's see if I can put Amateur 3. Yeah. I mean, that just gives you a look to see how far down we are. So we're in, I mean, just in amateur alone, we're 38,000, 28.7K rating. That's probably it. I mean, we're going to get a little bit lower because we're going to start tomorrow. So we're going to keep tanking for a little bit. But as you can see, 8 million. We're down to 8 million. I mean, I think that's about as many people that play FC Mobile as there is. But that's where we are going to be starting from, and I'll tell you what, it's gonna be a fun time. We're not gonna play episode, obviously, because we're not starting just quite yet, but that is the little preview of what is going to come from this season. There's gonna be a lot. Obviously, change to the formation. We'll see how that affects. As far as tactics goes, we're still creating that little guide. Now, looking back, obviously, with the update, things have changed in manager mode, so we'll see what works best. We'll start out with one tactics, but once we get into the competitive divisions, we'll start changing it a little bit more, just to kind of figure out what works. But there you have it. That is going to be it for this episode. Season 14 about to kick off next episode. We're going to get into matches, and we're going to see just how good that team will be. I think it's going to be a great season, and I think this will be the season we finally get back to FC champion. But anyways, there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.